I am a 28-year-old woman, and Jessica has been my best friend since we were 14 years old. We went to college together, stood in each other's weddings, and I genuinely believed there was nothing that could break the trust we built over 14 years of friendship. I was wrong. About 4 months ago, I started getting strange phone calls from a number I didn't recognize, calls that went to voicemail asking me to contact them regarding a personal loan account. I assumed it was a scam or a wrong number and ignored the first few calls entirely. When they kept coming, sometimes twice a day, I finally answered. The woman on the phone identified herself as a representative from a lending company and asked to confirm my identity regarding a personal loan taken out 8 months earlier. My stomach dropped instantly because I had never applied for any loan, personal or otherwise, in my entire adult life. I told her firmly there must be some mistake, that I had never applied for anything with their company. She asked me to verify some details for their records. My full name, correct. My date of birth, correct. My social security number, correct. My old address from 3 years ago, also correct. Everything matched perfectly, which made this so much worse than a random scam, because whoever did this had access to accurate, private information about me that most strangers simply would not have. I spent the next several days in a panic, filing a fraud report with the lending company and pulling my full credit report for the first time in years. That's when I saw it clearly laid out. A personal loan for $12,000, taken out 8 months earlier, with 3 months of missed payments already reported, tanking my credit score significantly. I requested copies of the original loan application documents from the lending company as part of the fraud investigation. When they arrived, I sat at my kitchen table and stared at the signature on the application. It wasn't a perfect forgery of my signature, but it was close enough that a lender processing hundreds of applications daily wouldn't have questioned it. Then I noticed something else on the application. The listed contact email address, a slight variation of my real email, 1 digit different, clearly created specifically to intercept any correspondence about this loan without my knowledge. Only a handful of people would have known that level of detail about my personal information and old address history. Jessica was one of very few people who had stayed at my old apartment enough times to have easy access to mail, documents, and personal information I had stored there years ago. I didn't want to believe it. I genuinely searched for any other explanation before even considering my best friend of 14 years might be responsible. But the more I compared timelines, the worse it looked. The loan was taken out just 2 weeks after Jessica had mentioned, briefly and vaguely, some unspecified financial trouble she was dealing with, right before she suddenly seemed to stabilize financially almost overnight. I confronted her directly, showing her the loan documents and the slightly altered email address. I watched her face go through a series of emotions, initial denial, then defensive anger, then finally, quiet, guilty silence. She eventually admitted she had taken out the loan using my information during a period of desperate financial trouble, telling herself at the time that she would pay it back before I ever found out, and that she simply panicked and avoided facing what she had done as the missed payments piled up. The betrayal wasn't just financial. It was 14 years of trust, weaponized specifically because she knew exactly how to access my personal information without raising suspicion. I filed a formal police report for identity theft and fraud, provided all the documentation to the lending company, and have begun the lengthy process of disputing the debt and repairing the damage to my credit. Jessica has since reached out multiple times asking me to drop the police report, promising to pay back every dollar herself if I do. I've told her that whether or not she repays the money doesn't erase committing identity fraud against someone who trusted her completely for over a decade, and that consequences existing doesn't make me a bad friend. It makes her responsible for a choice she made entirely on her own. So tell me, am I the jerk for pursuing formal legal action against my best friend of 14 years, even though she's now begging me to handle it privately and repay the debt quietly instead?